Hafa Adai. When I became governor, I identified federal lands that appeared underutilized by the military and asked the Department of Defense to return these lands to the people of Guam. I engaged the Secretary of the Navy requesting the status of current pending transfers and to ask for additional federal lands. At the time, like many of you, I was familiar with the BRAC, which stands for Base Realignment and Closure, which paved the way for land returns to ancestral owners in the 1990s. During the process of requesting the return of these additional lands, I became aware of the existence of U.S. Public Law 106-504. While the federal statute provides for a new administrative process for the return of federal lands to the government of Guam, it also places restrictions on transferred lands not previously applied in the BRAC era. Specifically, it contains language prohibiting the transfer of public lands to original owners. The Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration is about solutions. U.S. Public Law 106-504 is an act of Congress. Every Guam delegate, except the current one, has advocated for changes to this federal law that would enable us to resume our local land return process. We look forward to working with the next representative in D.C. who I know will pick up the ball and advocate to address the consequences of U.S. Public Law 106-504. Because federal law prohibits return of ancestral lands to original owners, the Guam Ancestral Lands Commission Land Bank Trust is currently the only compensation recourse for original owners. Unfortunately, for the past 2 decades, the land bank has failed to pay a single owner a penny of compensation because it is underfunded, and the law that created it has problems that prior administrations were unable or unwilling to resolve. That changes today. I cannot and will not stand by idly while our original owners remain unfairly compensated for the loss of their land for more generations. We need an alternative to get ancestral owners paid now. Tomorrow, I am transmitting a bill to the legislature to repair the broken land bank law so that ancestral owners no longer need to wait for Congress to act before they are fairly compensated. This bill I am introducing is called the Land Bank Reform Act of 2022, and these are its main goals. 1. To clarify the criteria for ancestral owners eligible to receive compensation. 2. To provide for multiple funding streams, including annual budget appropriations, Section 30, and others. And 3. To provide means for the ancestral owner's claim to be calculated and distributed to original owners or their descendants. Since I met with the ancestral owners of Eagles Field on March 22nd, the Ancestral Lands Commission and GITA have met with more than 53 representatives from affected families. We are encouraged by and grateful for your support of our plans to improve Guam's healthcare facilities. We understand you do not have a path to compensation under the current ancestral land bank law. This proposed legislation will change that by providing a method to calculate the value of your land today and to distribute compensation to original owners. The Land Bank Reform Act of 2022 is the result of the collaborative work of multiple agencies over several months, led by the Guam Ancestral Land Commission, the Department of Land Management, and the Guam Economic Development Authority, who took into account the concerns expressed by our original landowners and their descendants. I am also especially grateful to the Office of the Attorney General for its help in developing this legislation. We understand that more work needs to be done to allow for an equitable land return process for our original landowners. I want you to know that I stand with you and I will continue to fight for you in D.C. the way we did for Medicaid and war reparations. We will continue to engage you and to discuss what it means for the specific circumstances of your families. GITA and Ancestral Lands Commission will be reaching out to you. I also urge Speaker Terlai, who is the chairperson of the Committee on Land, to quickly move this legislation through the legislative processes, hold a public hearing, and place it in the November session. It is now in the hands of Speaker Terlai. I look forward to the public hearing for the Land Bank Reform Act of 2022. God bless all ancestral owners, and God bless Guam.